Faisal bin Abdullah Al Amudi just begun his duty as Saudi Arabia's ambassador to Indonesia and gave a special interview to MGN's Krishna on Tuesday in Jakarta, a day after handing over his credence letter to Indonesian President Joko Widodo.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the Republic of Indonesia have established diplomatic relations for nearly 73 years, or since 1950. And to speak more about Saudi Arabia-Indonesia relations and also the future, the vision of Saudi Arabia, I'm joined by the Ambassador of Saudi Arabia to Indonesia, His Excellency Faisal bin Abdullah Al Amudi. Your Excellency, thank you so much for speaking with MGN.
Most welcome.
And welcome to Indonesia. If I'm not wrong, you just arrived in Indonesia on the 31st of January this year. In your new posting as Saudi Arabian ambassador to Indonesia. First of all, maybe could you tell us more about yourself, tell the Indonesian public more about yourself, and also how do you feel about being Saudi Arabia's new ambassador to Indonesia?
When I came here, as you mentioned, on 21st of January, I feel Indonesian is very welcoming nation. And I feel I'm very comfortable. I have a very positive feeling. Inshallah, we will succeed. I will succeed in my duty and my mission. Indonesian people, Indonesian government, they are welcoming me, and the value is so high. The strong relationship between Indonesia and Saudi Arabia.
Right, and of course, we've had long diplomatic and bilateral relationship since 1950. So how is Saudi Arabia looking to improve those bilateral relationships with Indonesia?
As you mentioned, Sarah, we had already a very strong relationship, but both sides, they do their positive efforts to reach strategic bilateral relationship between the two countries. Right. Strategic throughout all sectors, politics, economy, investment, culture, in all sectors. And even the Islam sector and religion sector is very important in bilateral relation. Indonesia, it's known as the biggest Muslim country by population number, and Saudi Arabia, it is the country of the Holy Mosque.
Right, and I want to talk about the economic relationship first between Saudi Arabia and Indonesia. Of course, we have strong relations there. Besides sort of a relationship or trade relationship in oil and gas, what other parts of trade and economy is Saudi Arabia looking to strengthen with Indonesia, Mr. Ambassador?
Strengthen, I think the Minister of Trade of Indonesia, he visited Saudi Arabia before, around a month before. And I believe they signed so many MOU regarding trade, business, but I believe we need implementation. We had already so many MOU in a business, investment, trade, and that MOU is need to activate it, and it's very important. To activate it, MOU is very important. Implementation is very, very important.
And if we're looking at the different sectors, which one would maybe be the most priority or the most important at the moment? Because of course Indonesia's moving to boost trade with Saudi Arabia. So what sectors particularly?
All sector is very important. Yeah. All sector. In Saudi Arabia, we have in Vision 2030, and we have already a huge project in infrastructure, a huge project in tourist, a huge project in investment, and I invite all the investor companies here to invest in my country, and I will do my best also to to talk and call Saudi business to sharing with Indonesian. And I saw Jakarta and so many cities in Indonesia. They have already booming in economic project, economic sector, investor, in so many sectors.
In terms of the challenges, maybe what has been the most challenging in terms of getting Indonesian exports to Saudi Arabia, and how are you looking to solve those challenges?
The challenging, I think the both sides, they have to negotiate, specialist, an investor, trade, business. They have to hold like a workshop and to negotiate all matters to facilitate the trade between Indonesia and Saudi Arabia. It's need to. I believe there is a business council. And they met annually, and during the visit, high level visit, they meet each other, but they need to to negotiate what is the obstacle and try to facilitate. And our duty here in our embassy, and I believe the government of Indonesia will cooperate to help them to facilitate any obstacle. Okay.
Do you have a target maybe in terms of the value of trade that Saudi Arabia is looking forward with Indonesia? Yeah.
We look for to increase.
Sure.
Yeah. The exchange trade between Indonesia, there is a potential, a huge potential in Indonesia and Saudi Arabia. We need to negotiate and sit together and negotiate what is the obstacle and we try to solve it. I believe there is a solution for that.